surely this great nation is a wise and understanding people. You see? That's the answer to that question pursuant to Lamentations 5. Man. That's the inheritance that we lost. But we're coming back to that. We're being gathered into that great nation, into that great kingdom. Now you got in Lamentations, the same chapter, I think it's the second chapter, Lamentations 2 and 15. All that passed by clapped their hands at thee. They hissed and wagged their head at the daughter of Jerusalem, saying, is this the city that men call the perfection of beauty, the joy of the whole earth? All thy enemies have opened their mouth against thee. They hiss and gnash the teeth. They say, we have swallowed her up. Certainly, this is the day we have looked for, we have found, and we have seen. Because they took pleasure and joy seeing us brought down. This is the lady of perfection, of beauty, that wise and great kingdom that I read in Deuteronomy 4, that we're going to be seen as in the sight of the nations. That's what we lost, man. All right, going back to Lamentations 5 and 3. We are orphans and fatherless. Our mothers are as widows, and that's what we are. We're as orphans and fatherless because we don't have no shepherd, right? When you go into Ezekiel, Isaiah, Jeremiah, Ezekiel, you'll read about the false prophets that were out. They were devouring the pasture, the vineyard, represent the people of the land. Because before we were a land, we were a people before a place. Because the land of Israel, that don't make us. That was just where the Most High sent us the promised land to take over the Canaanites. We're a people before a place. So it says, we are orphans and fatherless. Our mothers are as widows. We have drunken our water for money. Our wood is sold unto us, and that's what we do. We go into Deuteronomy chapter 28. Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 49. So it says, we have drunken our water for money. Our wood is sold unto us. Everything that we do, whether you want to look at it in a spiritual sense or physical sense, we have to pay for it. We have to go buy water. You know, the water's contaminated. I don't know if you heard, but over there where I'm from, in San Angelo, the water, they can't even drink the water right now. They can't even shower. They have to boil the water. I don't know what happened with the water line over there, but everything is just destroyed. I don't know if it's I think something's going on in Odessa too with the water, but that's just what it is. And the scriptures say, buy the truth and sell it not. You've got pastors and preachers that people really look to. They have to buy from them, pay for certain things. Now you got people that speak the truth. They got the 12 tribes down, they wear garments, they speak in the name of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai. They'll sell you breakdowns. You're not supposed to be selling the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. It's supposed to be given out freely. See what I'm saying? So it said, we have drunken our water for money, our wood is sold unto us. Our necks are under persecution, we labor and have no rest. What is that? Captivity and slavery. Read that all out. Deuteronomy chapter 28. Verse 49, or 48. Deuteronomy chapter 48.
Chapter 48.
No, Deuteronomy 28, verse 48.
This is Deuteronomy 28, verse 48. Therefore shalt thou serve thine enemy, which Yahweh shall send against thee in hunger, and in thirst, and in nakedness, and in want of all things.
So in thirst, hunger, and nakedness, and in want of all things, who do we have to go to for those things? Our enemy, our captor. Our slave master, what do you want to call it? Our boss. That's what that's talking about in Lamentations 5, where it talks about we have drunken our water for money, our wood is sold unto us, our necks are under persecution. Now you read, have you ever read the book of Esther?
I haven't finished reading it, bro. I've skimmed through it.
Okay, well in the book of Esther, there was a man named Mordecai, right, or king, and what they were Israelites. Well, there was a man there, was an Edomite, Haggai, Haman. He hated Mordecai, right? And he made a decree because he was trying to get that top seat next to the king of Ahasuerus.
He's trying to kill all of us all.
Yeah, see? That's what that means. That's an example. There's many scriptures that prove and break down our necks are under persecution. We labor and have no rest. You know what I'm saying? And that labor, what are we laboring? Building up his city, whatever it is. And we have no rest.
Right.
We don't have no home. We will pay for rent, but if we don't got the money, gone. We'll kick you out. It says, we have given the hand to the Egyptians. We have given the hand to the Egyptians and to the Assyrians to be satisfied with bread, to make them happy. You know what I'm saying? We've given ourselves. The Issachar, when you go into the prophecy of Issachar, it talks about that we'll bow down our shoulder unto tribute. Meaning that, going back to what the conquistadors went over there and conquered us, we bowed down and gave ourselves over to them to be servants. That's what that means. So it says, we have given the hand to the Egyptians and to the Assyrians, because the Egyptians ruled over us, right? The Pharaoh, which was the Canaanites, the Hamites, going all the way back to Nimrod, all the way to the time where Yahweh destroyed Pharaoh at the time of Moses. I don't know. I don't have the memory of what that particular Pharaoh's name is, but you know what I'm talking about. And the Assyrians, because the Assyrians ruled over us, and you read that in the book of Isaiah. Isaiah was in the time of the Assyrian captivity. Jeremiah was in the time of the Babylon, or going into the Babylonian captivity, but still in the midst of the Assyrian captivity. Ezekiel was in the time of the Babylonian captivity, so is that. We have given the hand to the Egyptians and the Assyrians to be satisfied with bread. Our fathers have sinned and are not, and we have borne their iniquities. So you want me to keep reading, or keep going? Well, that's there's some scriptures like in the book of Ezekiel where it talks about we don't pay for the sins of our fathers. When you go into the Exodus chapter 20, they'll speak about that. That the Most High will visit the iniquity of the father's children to the 34th generation. But when you go into Ezekiel, it'll tell you that the man that repents, right, he gets right, he ain't going to suffer for his father's iniquity, because the Most High is going to diminish that. You see what I'm saying? Let me see if I can find it real quick. Book of Ezekiel. Which one did you get that lined up?
I was going to bring this one. Jeremiah 8 and 10, going back to what you were saying about us buying our wood and buying our water.
All right, go ahead.
This is Jeremiah chapter 8, verse 10. Therefore will I give their wives unto others. That's what we were given unto. Edom. Their fields to them that shall inherit them. So these other nations inherited all our people. For everyone from the least even unto the greatest is given to covetousness, from the prophet even unto the priest, everyone dealeth falsely. So for our own faults, that's what we were given unto these other people, so we can learn. Now that we're in our land of captivity, now we're starting to wake up. We're waking up Israel to come to the truth, to realize, like the brother was saying.
Yeah, it also said that we had to bear the indignation of the Lord, because of our error. I found it right here. This is Ezekiel 18 and 14. Now lo, if he beget a son that seeth all his father's sins, which he had done, and considereth and doeth not such like, that had not eaten upon the mountains, right? The other nations. That's what the mountains also be symbolic for the other nations. That had not eaten upon the mountains, neither had lifted up his eyes to the idols of the house of Israel, and had not defiled his neighbor's wife. Remember I mentioned adultery. Neither hath oppressed any, had not withholden the pledge, neither hath spoiled by violence, but hath given his bread to the hungry. So people think, oh, you got to give tangible. No. The Most High is looking for this to be fed. He said, the scriptures say, blessed is he who thirsts and hunger after righteousness. Yeah, I wish I told the devil, and he was tempted, men shall not eat by bread alone, but by the word, by every word of the Most High. Okay, so it says, but hath given his bread to the hungry, and hath covered the naked with a garment, that hath taken off his hand from the poor, that hath not received usury nor increase. like Esau does. He does a usury, which is the tax. Hath executed my judgments, hath walked in my statutes, he shall not die for the iniquity of his father. He shall surely live. So you don't fall like we all know what our father did. You know, our father, you know, your father did all the dirt. But like I said, some scriptures will say certain things, but then it don't apply to the elect. You know what I'm saying? Some people, it will follow you. It'll keep, like you got your generational curses, right? Because we read it, they're in the book. Deuteronomy 28, the curses, they're there. Right. They're going to follow us no matter what. But are we going to be judged because of our father's wickedness? No. If you're the elect, you're going to repent, you're going to follow the ways of Yahweh Shem Yahushua, and you shall live. You're going to live by what? His word. And that's going to grant you that salvation, Lord willing, if you're the elect. It says, and as for his father, because he cruelly oppressed, spoiled his brother by violence, and did that which is not good among his people, lo, even he shall die in his iniquity, even pertaining to Esau, because Esau is what? He's our brother. He's a Hebrew Edomite. We're Hebrew Israelites. So that pertains not only to our father's sins, but also to Esau. You know, because he's a brother. You know what I'm saying? But going back to the son, as for his father, because he cruelly oppressed, spoiled his brother by violence, and did that which was not good among his people, lo, he shall die in his iniquity. Yet ye say, why? Did not the son bear the iniquity of the father? When the son had done that which is lawful and right, and had kept my statutes, and had done them, he shall surely live. So through the Spirit, through the grace and mercy of Yahweh Shem Yahushua, we're going to be delivered. If you repent, if you come back to your true nationality, accept it, not intermingling other doctrines, philosophies, or what you think of our own vain opinion, but what the word says. So that's what we got to follow. And we'll be exempt from the coming judgment that's coming upon this whole place. You know what I'm saying? Just like was it Moses? Yeah, Moses is fought when he was no, not Moses. Abraham. When Abraham was drawn out of the land of the Chaldeans, Shinar, over there Mesopotamia, by his father Terah. His father Terah didn't go into the promised land. The Lord told Abram, before they would take to Abraham, he spoke to Abram to leave his father. See what I'm saying? Because his father was doing what? Worshipping other idols. See what I'm saying? So Abraham found mercy, but his father did. His father was left out. See what I'm saying? So going back to Lamentations 5, like the brother had read about those, our women are going to be given over to other nations. That all goes into Lamentations 5. Lamentations lamentation is what? What does that word mean? Lament. It means to cry, to be in bitterness. Because what was Jeremiah prophesying that his people were going to go through? Destruction. By who? The Babylonians. And we kept telling them, hey man, you know, thus says the Lord, the prophecy. The Babylonians are going to come. They're going to come through. A nation that you don't know by what they speak. They're coming. They kept rebelling. They kept treating Jeremiah like shit. Kept putting him in prison, threatening his life. Doing everything that they did to Yahweh Shai, basically. And what happened? That book of Lamentations is all about what they went through that destruction by the hand of the Babylonians. So going back to Lamentations real quick. Lamentations 5 and verse 7. Our fathers have sinned and are not. We have borne their iniquities. Servants have ruled over us. There is none that doth deliver us out of their hand. Because remember when I read, I don't know if you were paying attention, but I read the blessing of Esau. He said that he was going to be, the blessing was going to be by the sword. He shall serve his brother. Right? But he didn't do that. He ruled over us. He didn't serve us. He ruled. But people could be like, no, he is serving. He's giving you food, he's giving you bread, he's giving you water. But he's not doing it right, man. He's doing it wickedly. He's an oppressor. He's oppressive. That's not righteousness. He's not judging the people righteously like it's commanded in the law. When you judge, because people say you can't judge. Yeah, you can. The Bible talks about you can judge. But judge righteously, not unrighteously. Not being a hypocrite, than trying to judge. That's why when you go to, people say the Bible contradicts, they don't contradict themselves. You gotta have understanding, precept upon precept. Get those scriptures and put them in the proper perspective, and you'll gain understanding, Lord willing. Now you go to Matthew, was it 6 or 7? It talks about you not judging. Take the plank out of you. You gotta get yourself right first, before you can start helping somebody. And telling them, hey, what you're doing is you're wrong. So hey, correct that, and get right. Because if you ain't doing the right thing, they ain't gonna listen to you. You know what I'm saying? So servants have ruled over us. There is none that does deliver us out of their hand. See? And then there's a precept on that in the book of Ecclesiastes. Book of Ecclesiastes, verse Ecclesiastes 10 and 5. There is an evil which I have seen under the sun, an error which proceeded from the ruler. An error that proceeded from the ruler. Because the ruler obviously ain't ruling right, it's an error. Folly is set in great dignity, and the rich sit in low place. Now, who's the rich? What does that mean? When it says the rich sit in a low place. The rich, who are the rich? The people on the sign. What makes them rich? The knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. His word. And that's what makes us rich. The faith. You're right. But that faith comes with wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. Because faith comes by hearing, and the hearing of the word of the Most High. See what I'm saying? So, Ecclesiastes 10 and 6. Folly is set in great dignity, like America. There's an error that's proceeding forth from the ruler, which is Esau. And it's a small, you know what I'm saying? That's how beautiful the scriptures are, man. They're broad, but they tell you in small words, right? In a short sentence. You know what I'm saying? It says,
why it's saying like that? Because he did not want those of the nations to know understanding.
And the rich sit in low place. I have seen servants upon horses. Going back to Lamentations 5 and 8. Servants have ruled over us. So it's talking about the other nations. Well, really, they're supposed to be serving us. Meaning that we're supposed to be ruling. They're supposed to be our servants. But when Israel, when we're put back in the kingdom, as far as ruling the earth again, the universe, we're going to rule righteously. They ain't going to be unrighteousness ruling. The nations, they're going to get their just punishment. Don't get it twisted. They're going to receive their just reward. Thus say Yahweh because of what they've done. But it's going to be done righteously. They're going to rest. There's going to be time for ass whoopings, and they're going to be able to rest. You see what I'm saying? It's going to be a balance. Unlike him, he did it unjustly. Like the brother read in Isaiah 47, or he said he went beyond the measure. Even he did it to the ancients, like above. He went above and beyond. He went overkill. So going back to Ecclesiastes 10 and 7, I have seen servants upon horses and princes walking as servants upon the earth. We should be on top. But because of our rebellious heart, our stubbornness, we have been brought low by Yahweh. No nation did it. Yahweh is the one that did it. He's the one that caused it. But get Acts chapter 14, verse 22. Acts chapter 14, verse 22. But basically, that's what it is in Lamentations 5, man. It's talking about what they were suffering. You know, what the Israelites were suffering, what they were going through certain captivities. They kept going from captivity to captivity to captivity. You know what I'm saying? They kept suffering. They kept hurting. There was no delivery. With Jeremiah, Isaiah, all the prophets, the major prophets, minor prophets, they kept telling them, get right with your power. Stop rebelling against Yahweh Shah. They kept getting that stubborn heart. With stubbornness, in the book of Samuel, it tells you that it's likened unto witchcraft. Right. We're going to have to end it with this, man. I got to go to work.
Acts 14, 22.
Yeah.
This is Acts chapter 14, verse 22. Confirming the souls of the disciples and exhorting them to continue in the faith, and that we must through much tribulation, enter into the kingdom of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai.
So we have to suffer, man. That's part of us inheriting the kingdom. Because what good is it if you're given everything and you don't do anything to deserve it? You ain't gone through nothing. You ain't got no experience. You don't really appreciate it. That's what happened to us. The Lord gave it to us, and we just threw it to the ground. You know, that's why you had hundreds, thousands of Israelites dying in the wilderness for 40 years because they kept going in circles because of the rebellious heart. Until he finally saw that the ones that were destined to go into the promised land flowing with milk and honey, which were the elect of Joshua. But that's his name. If you want to be technical and call him in his English name, his name was Joshua. Hebrew, Yahweh Shai. So, read that one more time real quick for this man.
Confirming the souls of the disciples and exhorting them.
So an exhort means to warn you, to edify you, to keep you updated. Hey, this is what you got to do, bro.
And exhorting them to continue in the faith,
Continue in the faith.
and that we must,
That you must.
through much tribulation,
Burden, suffering, pain, for righteousness' sake, for his name. You're going to be hated. If you come across on this side, you show yourself approved, you're going to be hated. You're going to lose, you're going to hurt, you're going to suffer. Okay?
continuing in the faith, that we must through much tribulation enter into the kingdom of Yahweh Hashem
That's the only
Yahushua.
way. That's the only way. You gotta bear your cross. And that cross represents what? Pain and suffering. This ain't no easy road. Yahweh Shai said it himself. This is a straight gate. What's going on?
Do y'all know where Greek North A Street is?
Thinking back that way, bro. Yeah. But like Yahweh Shai said, that the straight gate, the word straight, when you read that in the book, it's narrow, right? Well, it's narrow, but that word straight means something. It's not straight like this line right here. Because it's spelled S-T-R-A-I-T, meaning a road of difficulty. Because you're gonna go through things over here. You're gonna know what it feels like to really have to be humble, to bite your tongue, to shut up, to be put in jail for this truth, to be threatened with death for this truth. You know, when all you're trying to do is preach the truth. Versus on that side, you know, living in the world, being part of the world, you know, dying for stupid causes, fighting for something that doesn't mean nothing, like this Edomite right here. That's why the Edomites are gonna go into slavery, man. It's folly is set in great dignity, man. Damn devils, man. Think everything's a game, man. Grow up, man. Esau's a goddamn child, bro. Think they're a fucking joke, bro. Most of us gotta destroy these fucking Edomites. And I don't apologize for my language, because the Most High cursed out people, man. He rebuked them.
So I be rude in speech, get a lot of knowledge.
Yeah, but he called women dogs.
That's right.
He called snakes, hypocrites. Those are some heavy words.
Right.
I remember my baby's mom would call her a liar. She hated to be called a liar because that spirit was being exposed, man. That's like throwing holy water. You're not gonna show the movie the holy water, shake it. But yeah, you call somebody if the shoe fits, work. That's how these Edomites are. That's an example of folly is set in great dignity. But it's gonna come a day where they ain't gonna be playing. There ain't gonna be no more game playing like that. There ain't gonna be no law enforcement. There ain't gonna be none of that stuff. It's gonna be everybody to themselves, man. The only ones that are gonna thrive is the elect, because the scriptures say in the book of Psalms, the angel of the Lord encampeth around those that fear the Most High. So, you got anything else? You got some any words for the brothers?
It's that, man. Staying the truth. This is, man, it's like walking on thin ice, man. You gotta watch yourself, check yourself, man. Continuously in prayer, fast.
Meditation.
Meditation. What was that scripture? Continue in faith, prayer, and meditation. Fasting. What was that?
Is it in said it says continue in fasting and meditation. Yeah, I'm not sure. But God, I mean, like the brother's saying, that's what you got to do, man. To stay in the spirit. Make your videos, go onto the highways and the byways. You know, study. You know what I'm saying? Be wise, because we're living in an evil world, man, an evil time. It tells you that in the book of Ephesians. Yahweh said it himself. All those parables that he spoke, those were just stories. Those were meaning, had deep meaning to them. Talking about the thief coming into the house and the watchman, you being watchful, because Yahweh he's that thief that's coming. He's gonna come as a thief to these Edomites' kingdom and to their house. Matter of fact, okay, go ahead, read.
This is Joel chapter 2, verse 12. Therefore also now, saith Yahweh, turn ye even to me with all your heart, and with fasting, and with weeping, and with mourning, and rend your heart, not your garments, and turn unto Yahweh your power. For he is gracious and merciful, slow to anger, and great kindness, and repenteth him of the evil.
To have mercy on the elect when he's doing these things. Like I asked this brother over here across the other side, you know, what are you saved by? He said you're faith, and that's true. But you're going to have works intermingled with that. You know what I'm saying? You got to do your fasting, your praying, studying. You got to come out to the highways and the body, because Romans 12 says you have to present your body a living sacrifice. All right? How are you going to present your body a living sacrifice in a closed building, man, where you're secured in your own safety? You got to come out here and be faced with the elements. Suffer as Yahweh Shai did, man. You know? But I'm going to end it with this. I'm going to, you know, for Esau. This is Zechariah chapter 5, verse 3. Then said he unto me, this is the curse that goeth forth over the face of the whole earth. For everyone that stealeth shall be cut off, as on this side according to it. And everyone that sweareth shall be cut off, as on that side according to it. Now Esau, he's the one that stole this land from the Native American. And this ain't his house. He's a vagabond. He don't have no place in this earth, man. That's why in the book of Job he says he's gonna be chased out of the earth. He's gonna be chased out of this earth, man, when the day comes. And that curse is what? Those chariots, what these people call UFOs, these Edomites. That's what they call UFOs, the unidentified flying objects. Within the Bible, they're known as the chariots of the Most High, the chariots of fire. That's that curse on these people, man. I will bring it forth, saith the Lord of hosts, and it shall enter into the house of the thief. Because Yahweh Shai is that thief that's coming, man. He's going to come into the house of that thief. The thief that stole and took from him. He's going to be a thief as unto him. When he don't expect it. That's going to be a beautiful sight. And only the elect are going to rejoice in that time. We're going to rejoice and glorify Yahweh Shai in that time. We already do when we see chariots. When we see these Edomites being destroyed. Man. They rejoice over us. Not in that sense, we're jumping up and down, not like that. We know Yahweh Shai is making us. And enter the house of him that sweareth falsely by my name. And it shall remain in the midst of his house, and shall consume it with the timber thereof and the stones thereof. It's like when water starts going into the ceiling, goes into the wood, all that material starts breaking it down. That's how Yahweh Shai's spirit is to this nation. Spiritually destroying the infrastructure of Esau. That's what's going on. So we're going to end it with that. Hope it was edifying to the brothers on the video. To this man also across from us, man. You know, we want to give all praises and glory and honor to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakakwadash. Double honor to the elders of Great Millstone. Much love and respect to you brothers out there doing the work in sincerity and truth. Until next time, Shalom.